Diane.
And you're
Edith.
Edith,
I'm
that's
part
right.
of this,
Okay, yeah.
here. And you're part of which?
Well, I did the kind of myth.
Oh, I have to look at that. Yeah, do you live in town?
Yeah. Well, I work.
Oh, you work in the building?
Yeah.
So you're modest too?
Yeah.
When did you start at Pilchuck?
Well, the amazing thing about Pilchuck is that I went there with a felt need. I had learned how to cut glass and put together leaded windows.
Oh, wow.
And as they were getting bigger in size, I suddenly realized that I needed some help. And it was just a moment of chance that my son and I were looking at a Scientific American magazine and found an article in it where it was all about a great German designer of windows, huge windows.
Wow.
And the thing caught our eye, and we were so interested in Ralph. My son looked at me and he said, "Oh, Mother, wouldn't it be wonderful to study with him?"
Wow.
Well, amazingly enough, he was teaching at Pilchuck.
Oh, wow.
And so my son and my former colleague, I had retired from teaching and learned this glass making of leaded glass soon thereafter. They just wouldn't let me off the hook. I had to go to Pilchuck. So I was kind of scared, kind of frightened to go there because all these young artists were there, and they were really artists. And, so they just started on this field,
Wow.
and they lived in tents and makeshift houses. for a
Totally
few years.
dedicated then, weren't they?
Yeah, it was
Wow.
started in 1974. So when I came along in 1980, it wasn't too old.
Right.
And there were
Wow.
just several buildings on the campus, and but I was happy with the class, except for the fact that we didn't make any glass at all. We were just designing.
Oh, shit.
But yeah, designing these windows, and the thing that I came to learn, I did get help for a big structural commission.
Oh, wow.
A big window commission that I had at the time.
Yeah, good.
But I saw all these other things that were going on, and sagging glass, and fusing glass, and sandblasting, and so
wow.
on and so forth. And I had a background in ceramics from my early school days, and was very interested in casts, making casts,
wow, yeah.
casting glass. And there was a class offered a couple of years later that was casting.
Wow.
And I took that, and one thing led to another, and I went back to Pilchuck, in all I've been there 6 times.
Wow.
And learned a great many techniques and made some very good friends.
Oh, you bet.
And watched these young men become very famous glass artists, and of course, the most famous of all is Dale. He did a great job getting that school going.
Yeah, excellent.
And a great job for Seattle making it.
Right.
It really is a first class. It's the top of the line place to go for glass makers
Wow.
from all over the world. And this was what made it so exciting.
Really?
Because the teachers came from everywhere.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, one of my sessions was quite German. That was the first one, because this man was Ludwig Schafroth. And then there was Henry Hallam from Kent State, who wanted to be there with the Czechoslovakian
Wow.
glass artists, and it was
Wow.
his class that I chose, and we cast glass in that class. And then later, there were other classes that were just as intriguing. But my main interest has always been architecture,
Wow.
And architectural glass is what I'm very interested in. And I wanted very much to study with Paul Marioni.